Hey guys, Excalibur here, and welcome to another edition of PlayStation Plus for the month of December 2016. It's been a long time coming. What I mean by the is the end of the year, because 2016 in general. No further explanation needed. But today we're going to be taking a look at a game that looks pretty promising, actually. Stories: The Path of Destinies. First thing pops out of my head is Destinies, because I play Destiny a lot, so just kind of mixed together. And I always take a look at the game first before I check it out, so I don't go in completely blind, or else I look like an idiot. And it actually looks pretty nice. I kind of like the way the game just looks and plays, and there's been a lot of medieval fantasy kind of games that I feel like I've been playing lately. It's with Witcher and other free titles too. For some reason, it just keeps coming out, the basic medieval fantasy quest. But I guess that's kind of a coincidence that I've been playing a bunch of these games at once. But this game looks pretty promising. I'd like to check it out. I'm glad it's free, otherwise I probably wouldn't have picked it up on my own, which is why I do these in the first place.
Once upon a time, the infamous rover Reynardo plundered the floating isles. Then his mother called him to her deathbed. "Swear to me that you won't die on the gallows," she rasped. Reluctantly, he swore. And he whiled away his days at home with music, cards, and wine. But the Emperor had changed. He'd been good once, a shy, almost humble toad. He'd built universities. Then people started whispering about mass graves in the woods, midnight rituals, victims screaming. The Imperial Ravens would round up entire villages, and no one ever returned. The Ravens had come to Ubar scouting for ancient books said to be of great power. But the librarians had hidden the books, so they'd burnt the librarians. The citizens, outraged, had driven them off. The Ravens had come back with dropships. The kid had fled with one of those books. He was brave and dumb and wanted to join the rebellion. And Reynardo had promised his mother he'd protect him.
Well, that was a bunch of things at once that came together awkwardly. It seems interesting. So, dying mother says don't die in the gallows. He says he won't. He drinks and plays cards. And then the king, which is a toad person, is a king/toad person. And the ravens come and want to take this book of great power. And then this kid takes the book, one of the books, and now the rover has to protect the kid. Wow, that is very scattered and jaded. Okay. Well, because story, sure, let's go with it. This actually takes a long time to load.
The kid was looking down, watching his city burn. "Sorry, kid," Reynardo told the kid. "Look, if we give them the book, they'll leave you alone." "My mother died for this book!" "I promised her I'd protect you." "Oh, damn it." The kid had run off. With the book, of course. So Reynardo had to run after him.
Are they the same person? I can't figure it out. Wait, I love the colors of this game. It kind of reminds me of Borderlands just a little bit, but it looks really pretty and vibrant. Look at all these colors, different shades of green. It's got the great shadows, and
the kid like he was
the way everything... It just looks gorgeous. It looks great.
Was what was in their tiny
Those are some buff ravens.
"Hey," Reynardo said. They cocked their heads at him. "Pick on someone as ugly as you." Wait, that didn't come out right.
No, it
"For
did
the
not.
Emperor!" The ravens cawed and rushed at him.
There we go. That's that counter. Okay, got it. Okay. What the? Countering. I'm obviously doing it wrong. Otherwise, dangerous. Okay. Okay, good. I don't have to worry about it. Okay, got it. Yeah, it's gotta do in the right place. Oh, that was awesome. This is cool. I like this. I can't jump. Yeah, I can only just
A dropship
attack.
flew overhead. He hoped they
Oh,
hadn't
cool.
noticed him.
Flying pirate ship. Wait, why would ravens need to ships? Because they can fly. Hold to grab, hold to aim, and then throw. So you're putting everything to... Okay, that was awesome. I am totally doing this from now on. But wait, why would you put everything to square though? Why can't you use like circle? Maybe they'll elaborate later.
The Gate of Heroes. Someone's idea of a joke, making the Skyship Docks a gated community. You needed a hero's sword to open it. And the kid was on the other side of the gate.
Conveniently.
Let you through. Promise me you'll take the book to the rebels. Or I'm gonna steal your ship. I'm not taking that damn book anywhere. And neither are you.
Try and stop me, laughed the kid. I bet you don't even have a hero sword.
And with that, the kid hopped away. Had to hand it to the kid. He was an idiot, but he had guts.
Yep, same person.
Where was Bernardo going to get a hero sword? We could forge a hero sword here, but I'm going to need ore.
Current level, current power. So current level is the next level. Research need upgrade. Yep, I need some ore. What's this?
I hope nobody minds if I use this stuff.
Oh, conveniently 3 ore needed to make the sword. What are the odds?
A hero sword. QED.
What's QED mean? Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, I have to get some more ore too to upgrade it. That's fine. Whatever.
This is what he got for settling down and finding people to care about. The kid's mum had been a swell cook, and she'd laughed at Renado's jokes, even when he didn't know he'd made one. And the ravens had come to burn her. And she'd made him promise to protect the kid. But she never told him where the book was. Just the kid. He came up to a ledge. It was too far to jump. There'd been a bridge here before, hadn't there? And there was Peter, giggling at him. "How'd you get across?" he asked the kid. "Where'd you find a hook?" "I hopped," said the kid. Wise-ass kid. "Hey, look out behind you!" "Cute," said Renato. Oh, ravens.
Can they fly? I guess they're too jacked up in the chest to support the weight of themselves flying.
It
Well, that
was
works.
time to talk some sense into the kid. Just hook his way across the ledge and chase the kid down. Thing was, he hadn't used his hook since he'd retired. How had he done it? Maybe if he meditated at that altar there, he'd remember his old skills.
Okay. Huh. Okay, I think I got it. Pretty basic.
It was starting to come back to him. Something you never completely forgot. Like how to freeze time when attacking.
Oh, that's cool.
The more he fought, the more he'd probably remember.
Ah, that's cool.
And there was the Farfarer. She was the fastest ship he'd ever known. She could do the Kessel run in 12 furlongs. Oh, so the salesman had told him. And something told him the kid was about to walk into an ambush. "Stop!" he shouted.
I'm not giving you the book!
Shouted the kid, and took off. "No! Peter!" But the kid ran for it. And a goggler nailed him with its ivy.
Ow! Is the kid dead? Oh, wow, that's violent. Where's the kid?
The book was unburned. Next to it were the buckles from the kid's
No.
shoes, and a kid-sized pile of ashes. Damn it. Why hadn't he lied and told the kid he'd take the book to the rebels? The kid would be alive now. Really pissed off and betrayed, but alive.
No.
Damn it. Renato picked up the book. He couldn't let the Empire have it now. He was going to have to get it out of there. He'd be a wanted man. Probably have to join the rebellion just to have a place to dock. Well, he'd hated home life anyway.
No! Are you kidding me? There's gotta be a way they're gonna bring him back.
Big deal about this book anyway. Maybe he should open it and find out. All that had been years ago. How many? The war was a blur. And now 3 Raven scout ships were chasing him. Where are you running, rebel? Cawed the Raven captain over the loud hailer. Renato could see them cranking up their catapults.
Just going out for a meal?
Where can you run? Laughed the Raven horribly. Far behind it, another city was burning. The dark cloud above its island was thousands of Imperial. To the rebel base! I will spare your life! It called.
He
The
lied.
entire jury-rigged rebel fleet was only a few islands to the east. Beyond that were only the pillars of heaven. A sea of endless blood-colored tornadoes. The rebellion was out of time. Unless Renato could bring a game-changer. Maybe he could. Renato had found out where he could find the pieces of the Sky Ripper, the legendary weapon that had exiled the lost gods. Surely a legendary weapon could win the final battle. On the other hand, his old friend Lapino had sent Renato a desperate message saying he had a brilliant scheme to save the rebellion. If Renato could only rescue him. Renato dived the Farfarer towards the abyss. As he felt the heat of the jet stream, the Raven ships peeled off, not stable enough to follow him down there. Now it was time to choose. Lapino or the Sky Ripper.
Ah, you can choose now. I gotta go for the moral one.
Ah, Lapino. Apparently, the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own. Lapino always wiggled out of trouble, given time. But he was out of time. The Ravens had figured out that Lapino was a rebel spy. If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never mind the winged horse.
Huh.
Lapino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it. But
Rabbit season. Well, I'm going to end it off here. It's a little bit short, probably about 12 minutes, but I figured that this is one of those stories where you just want to figure it out and find out for yourself what happens. This has been Stories, The Path of Destinies. I actually really like this. This is it's fun. It's got a pretty good story. It looks gorgeous, and the music is nice. And it's just, I think it's a well-crafted story. If I had to complain, though, I would say that there's a lot of exposition, at least in the early bits of it, because it started to kind of drag on where they were talking about the story and what had happened and what Renato could do next. I felt like you need to show. Nothing. I get that it's a book, essentially. The story is a story from a book. But when you have the option to either play the game and understand it, or to read through it, you're going to want to play it. And I was excited to play something instead of reading it. I'm fine with reading. It's no problem at all. At least a cutscene or something. But I guess that's the style. The style is reading like a book in the story. Like a fairy tale, I guess you could say, but it's also based off real life too, in this context of the world. So I get it. I get what style they wanted to go with, and that's fine. But probably be mindful of how you'd want to tell your stories next time for it. Regardless, though, the combat's easy. It's easy but fluid. I could see it getting more challenging later on in the game. I'm gonna keep this and play through it some more because I'm actually very much enjoying it and want to find out what happens next. And I like the idea of making choices. Choices are always good because it leads you to different conclusions, even if it's not exactly what you want. So I would say this is an absolute recommendation. 2 thumbs up. Please go ahead and download this game. It's not really much. I think it's like 4 gigabytes. It's nothing. You're missing out big time, especially for this month, if you do not pick this game up. So please do so. I would say it's worth it because at least if you don't like it, at least you'll have it available, and maybe someone else might like it that you know as well. So this has been the December 2016's month for PlayStation Plus free games. Looking forward to what the new year brings, for not just for games but for also life in general. It's been a pretty busy year for me. It's a lot of good stuff happened actually, considering. Yeah, I think it was a pretty good year all around for me, despite it being a pretty awful year in general too for a lot of people. But I know we said this last year too about 2016, how 2015 wasn't a good year, but we'll see what 2017 holds. And always just try to keep looking up. Try and look on the bright side of things. People are pretty negative right now, but you can't live through life so bitter. So just think about that next time when something's happening to you. Like, it could be worse. It probably could be worse. And you have to just try and make the most of what you have. So, thank you guys for watching me throughout the year. I know I want to be more active with what I wanted to do, but this semester specifically has been really just it's been pulling me like strings. But I'm gonna try and get some new stuff up for next year. That I have some ideas that I really want to put out. It's gonna be a bit of a time investment, but I feel really passionate about what I want to do, and I think it's gonna bring some new light to the channel into what I want to do with this. It's not going to change much. It's just going to be going to more towards the vision of what I wanted 2 years ago in the first place. But what I am doing now is what I also enjoy too. So keep that in mind as well. So I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, depending on what you're celebrating. And I hope you don't spend too much money on gifts, and you just make the most of what we have now, especially for the rest of the year. This is, if there's any time to be happy, it's now. Not only because the year is over, but because you're in a very peaceful, festive, and happy time. So keep that in mind. Thanks for watching, guys. Excalibur, signing out.